Well, what I really liked about this trip is being all together, of course. That's number one.
Yep.
Number two was hanging out with everybody.
Same as number one.
I know. They're all equally the same.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeffrey. Happy birthday to you.
Of course, seeing my dad, have a 90th birthday and looking as healthy as he is and as happy as he is with Livy, and the little speech that he gave and mentioning Livy was very touching, and then she grabbed him by the neck and kissed him on the lips, which was really fun to see. And Dave gave a nice little speech, so that was just lovely. The first night we got here we had this big meal, great food, and just really fun seeing the Wellington Colemans, Pippa and Rock and Martha and now Arabella.
I would have to say that my number one delight was seeing all the cousins together and having fun together and playing together, playing cards, watching videos, just hanging out together, because that's, I have great memories of our cousins doing that, and it's just delight. I just love it. So that's my number one thing by a long shot. And then the next thing really is all of us being together and having the opportunity to all be together and have that over an extended period. So we had meals and times together. That was just great.
Oh, I really enjoyed just being with family this time, and obviously I was the only one who was the sickie, but I really sat back and watched everyone interact so well, and everyone enjoyed each other's company, and just seeing people doing dishes together and talking together, and just the whole entire Coleman family together with the cousins, and seeing them as well has really made a big difference. And last night when Geoff won at Up and Down the River was perfect. He ran on an ace of spades. It was just, how can you do that? And he quoted something rather beautiful, which I've forgotten.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
That's beautiful. And what else? Oh, yeah, I think just being with family and watching all the amazing dishes everyone came up with, all the amazing meals that the Colemans they just produced out of nowhere, these beautiful meals for 23 people every night. I think that's astounding. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Thanks.
First one is being on holiday, because I've had an absolute shite of a year. So that's been very, very nice to be on holiday. And the second thing is just to, I think everybody's already said it, but to be with the Hamilton Colemans, who we haven't seen en masse since Joy's funeral. So that was, and it's a much happier occasion, although that was a celebration of life, so that was lovely as well. But actually little Geoff wasn't there then, so this is the first time we've all been together, and that's just been absolutely fantastic. And we've spent more time with each other, I think, and so it's been great to have chats with people and to see the kids grown up. I can't believe your two, and Graham's two. I just can't believe how grown up they all are, so that's fantastic. And the last thing, I'd say it's a toss-up between the Mossman Gorge and the tyres and the water today, so that's been special.
A monster shape. The first one would be snorkeling, because I've never done that before, and that was really, really fun, and I didn't really expect it to be as fun as it was, and it was really, really awesome, and I definitely want to do it again. My second favorite thing would be hanging out with Kai, because I don't see him that often.
Hi, the first thing I guess I really like about this trip is the fact that it's warm weather, which is great, because at home it's freezing cold and disgusting. And second thing is just being with family And third thing is bucket list. Yesterday, day before, we went to the Barrier Reef, and I was really pleased about that. Just actually getting in the water, because I was really scared, because I don't like sort of being in deep water and stuff like that. So I was just pleased I did it. And doing it with Michelle on the first dive first snorkel was fun. So just seeing the little fish like we saw on Nemo, the movie, so it was good.
Being with family and eating their food because it was yummy, and going out to places in Port Douglas with family because that was fun, and being with people I don't usually be with because they're in different countries.
Food was great. We all worked together really well on making food.
We did.
Great. And that was the best part.
No one had a fight.
Yeah, we're all getting around together and eating and talking.
Yeah, Michael's nodding in the background.
The teenagers take themselves off really quickly these days, which is okay. They're growing up. They need to do that. I enjoyed the rainforest because I thought it was going to be just like the Kiwi rainforest, and it wasn't. It was just as good, but different. So it was nice having a chat. It even rained in the rainforest, so it was great.
It's really cool having Pippa and having the other family, Coleman, here. And I think they really enjoyed it. It's like a much bigger extended family, so that was great. And seeing the kids growing up, and I don't know, I guess just being together as a big group, so it was fun. Loved going sailing as always.
One would have to be the bushwalk with Geoff and Livy to the Mossman Gorge, and Brian and Linda were there, and Rock and Bella and Marty and me, and that was fantastic, being up in the trees. And just the get-togethers have been lovely. I think other people would have talked about being with family, and that was lovely. And the third one was playing in the waves today. That was fantastic with the tyres and the waves, and it was actually warmer in than out, so that was lovely too.
Going to the Great Barrier Reef and the swimming with the turtles and seeing the sharks and all the fish, and then seeing all of my cousins and grandparents and aunties and uncles, and meeting Bella and Rock for the first time. And number 3, food was pretty good. Yeah.
First of all was to arrive, and already Corin was married, and to Matt, and just to arrive into this sort of the happiness of post-wedding bliss was lovely with the kids, and they had an exciting day go-karting, so they then enthused us to go go-karting. We had a bit of a go-karting adventure, and sliding all the way across the track in the wet was just an awesome thing to do. So the fun of that and the bliss of family was great. Another thing was just going diving with Kai and sort of realising that, and snorkelling with everybody out on the reef was just lovely. We saw turtle, we saw sharks and great fauna and fish. So that was great, and the reef looked okay. And thirdly, I reckon just Geoff's 90th, and what a guy, you know, winning up and down the river on the last trick, you know, at 90, you know, what a celebration of, and having all the Colemans here, you know, 23 getting together, just an awesome expression of family, and what a tribute to Geoff it was. So a great number of days here at Port Douglas.
best thing was just, I think it's been the awesomest, you know, the best holiday yet. It's probably the best one we've had. The reason for that is I think everyone is fairly just actualised in themselves and ready to have a good time, and there's no pressure. Everyone's fairly established in just themselves, so just hanging out with family was the best thing for me. Well, it's kind of the only thing for me, apart from, you know, the adventures, the little adventures and the fun things that we did, the reef and the reef fish and the turtles and all of that sort of thing. Swimming in the river was obviously a highlight. Takes you back to the days when river swimming was, you know, the thing to do. And minus the sandflies, it was just the best. Walking in the deep lush forest like that, and of course the beach time was excellent. Hanging out with family was what it was all about though. GPG, Geoff and the dad was pretty awesome, well behaved, and I just think everyone had a good time. It was so good just to see everybody together, healthy and strong and doing their thing. It's kind of a little bit emotional just thinking that these sorts of things never get repeated, but you know, let's do it all again sometime soon in a slightly different format.
Well, I think my favorite thing would probably have to be going scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef. The main reason is because it's a whole new world down there. You'd think you've seen it all with going to the beach and seeing the mangrove forest and everything, but then you go underwater and it's like a totally whole new world.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then probably my second favorite thing was going to the crocodile farm and seeing all the crocodiles and learning about a whole new species. It's really fun. And then my third favorite thing was probably hanging out with my family and seeing my cousin that I haven't seen in a long time, and seeing my awesome Uncle Dave, my awesome Aunt Judy.
Well, I enjoyed meeting all my cousins and my rest of my family, because at first I only thought I had 2 cousins and the rest of my family was Japanese and Marty and Papa and my dad, and I didn't know that I had all these other friends, so that was really great for me. And I love going to the beach with my dad and my aunties. It was really fun because today Pete took me on a boat and I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I was in the second 11, yes. What I was saying is that we didn't have all the sort of gear that these guys wear today. There would be one cricket pad because they didn't have enough to cover both legs.
Yep.
But the thing that I was famous for at Wabatai College was a stroke which you now see frequently in test matches and in T20 matches and that sort of thing, where the batsman sort of scoops the ball somehow and shoots it over his head. Well, I was in the nets at Wabatai College on one occasion, and somehow I managed that sort of stroke. It wasn't quite deliberate on my part, but I waved my bat in the air and the ball went sailing through the second floor window of Wabatai College and hit a framed photograph on the other side of the corridor. So 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah. Window and a frame.
Yeah.
So to break the window as well.
Broke the window and broke the frame, broke the pane.
You couldn't make that stuff up if you tried.
After much contemplation, I think the biggest highlight was meeting family. That's always good. Then, great going and visiting the Great Barrier Reef and being able to share those things that I've done before with my family. Really good. I like seeing all the smiles on their faces and the joy of participation that they had. And the third thing was the go-karting. That was awesome. Going around that track, out of control, perfect.
Would be family and seeing all me cousins and my sisters and my daughters and all the other fellas that are there. So that's been pretty special. I'd have to say having a coldie or two has been pretty good as well. And up there was the sailing today, which was a first for me and something that I would like to pursue a little bit more further down the track.
What did the tree say to the person with the rake?
I don't know. What did the tree say to the person with the rake?
Leave me alone.
The three things that I have enjoyed about this 90th birthday trip that the family have all got together is being with the family, how we have all played a part in making it an occasion to remember. I've loved the food that has been produced out of this kitchen by everybody taking a turn has been absolutely amazing. And thirdly, it has been with family doing walks and looking at the scenery and just being, it's been absolutely amazing. It's been a wonderful holiday.
Now is the time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Now is the time to yield a sigh. Now is the time to wend our way until we meet again some sunny day. Goodbye, goodbye, we're leaving you this time. Goodbye, until we meet again. Fa-ta-ta-ta, fa-ta-ta-ta. Goodbye, goodbye, we're leaving you this time. Goodbye, until we meet again. Soon we'll be sailing far across the sea. When you return, kindly remember me. Return, you'll find me waiting here.
Beautiful.
Happy birthday!